sees my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Drew. How are you?
I am fantastic, Tristan. Yeah, like I said, we were talking before we went live that yeah, it is freezing here in the
It is
Midwest, but
so
doing all right.
cold.
Yes, too cold.
I know. I freaking hate it. Earlier I was playing some Marvel Rivals, and Raymond, who's from California, was like, "Oh my god, it's so cold. It's 33 degrees." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
Okay, I would kill for 33 degrees. I would kill for
It's so bad. It's funny though. But we're gonna talk today about Unholy Nightmare and some of that fun stuff that's been going on. But I haven't had you on in a while, so tell us about the past campaign, what you've been kind of doing in between, MegaCon, all that fun stuff.
Oof, yeah, so I'm trying to go back when last time we talked, but on channel. But yeah, so Unholy Nightmare #1 was successfully crowdfunded, successfully fulfilled. This actually the past weekend, 2 weekends ago, we fulfilled like any kind of like the loose stragglers and overall overseas stuff we had. People that had little plastic standees, they came in late, so we got those all fulfilled. So, but ever since then, since actually probably this past summer. We've been working on the Holy Nightmare 2 with Aurelio. He's just about done with his pencils and inks. He's got about
Awesome.
8 pages left. Yeah, it's looking amazing. And we've already got some beautiful covers in for issue 2. And on top of that, I'm now writing for TCM Press, which is owned by Steve Finkel, who owns the Comic Mint, which is a major retailer. I'm writing 2 other titles for him as well, on top of Unholy Nightmare, which is being published through him. Depths of Valor, which is a World War II action adventure story, and
That's cool.
Yeah, I love it. And Aaron Sparrow and everyone else I've shown the script to. This is the best stuff I've ever written because it's so different from everything else. And another one is Silent Nights, which is our femme fatale action adventure noirish type story that we're doing.
Silent Nights, like Christmas Silent Nights, or like
issue 1 takes place on Christmas Eve.
Okay, I wondered.
Yeah. So when I was told, so it's created by Tiago de Silva, who's a terrific artist, as well as Steve Finkel, and they said the title is just Silent Nights. So I played with it. I was like, you know what? Let's have fun with that. Let's have it take place, at Christmas, but let's have it take place at the United Nations. It's supposed to be the most peaceful place in the world. And that night, let's just say it's not that peaceful. And it was a blast writing that. And they're currently finishing the last 2 pages, getting those lettered, but that's going to be eventually fulfilled to backers as well. And on top of that, I'm writing for another publisher, Blame Canada Publishing, which is just announced today. So
Blame
I've got
Canada.
too many.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
No. I just think it's funny. Canada's not real. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Spencer, he's a Canadian with a great sense of humor, so I got to give him that. But I've been busy nonstop, and the work just keeps coming in, and I can't say no to that. On top of everything else, I'm writing with Marat Michaels, which we're going to be slowly and steadily announcing this year. You're going to be seeing my name come up quite a bit this year.
Let's fucking go. That's awesome, yeah. Drew. Does anybody else remember when Drew was like reviewing comics? Like totally dorky, just reviewing comics like, this is the best of the week. This was really bad. Like, it's fucking great to see how far that you have come. You've went from that to Born on Blood to, like, it's wild.
Yeah, and it shows that I'm just not just a one-trick pony. That I do have some skill here, and it's a blast. I'm doing what I wanted to do since I was in first grade, and I've got a great editor in Aaron Sparrow coming along with me, along with the journey, along all my projects. So yeah, these are all quality stories we're telling, and they're all different in their own way, which is terrific. And that's a blast.
Right, exactly. You went from a femme fatale. Well, yeah, I guess I could
It could be,
say.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, to your writing war. Now, tell us a little bit about, for those that don't remember, about your project that you're going to have coming up on number
Which
2.
one? Oh, number 2, for Unholy Nightmare. Yeah,
Unholy Nightmare.
Yeah, so this follows up from the events directly at the end of issue number 1 of Unholy Nightmare. We were following the vigilante, or the Recluse, who's kind of like our Spider-Man, John Wick type character stand-in, and then we're also following our female cop Jenny along on a drug bust in Gary, Indiana. If you've been to Gary, Indiana, it is abandoned, completely a hellhole. And let's just say it starts off as a typical superhero, drug bust event, but then halfway through, much like the movie From Dusk Till Dawn, it takes a horror turn about halfway through. And it's like, what is going on here? And that's what we wanted to do with the book. And this issue 2 follows directly up with those events. The cops are inbound into the warehouse, and Jenny and the Recluse got to escape. But at the same time, they're dealing with Vlad. Appears at the end of the book. He's welcoming them to a group. So we're going to be following
Vlad
up on
is
all of that.
such a vampire name. Like that's such a good name. Like,
yeah,
anybody named Vlad definitely wants to suck your blood. Let's be real here.
absolutely. And he's got a great friend in Remy, his Dracula parrot, which are real parrots. If people are not familiar with that, Dracula parrots are very real. They have a blackish head, neck, and a red body. It is the coolest thing you'll ever see in a bird. And I was like, you know what? He'd be a great pet for Vlad. So, yeah, we're going to follow up on all these characters and see what they're into, as well as the rest of the group, the rest of the Unholy Nightmares.
Oh my God, they're so cute. Okay, sorry, I had to Google what they were. I need a Dracula parrot now. So what are you doing as far as, because I thought you would have, when we were talking about bringing you on, I thought that you had a Kickstarter going. So tell us the process and about what 2 is doing.
Oh, 2, yeah. So 2 will be on Kickstarter. Yeah, we're just so since we're with TCM Press now, we're kind of following their release strategy. So in this case, it's going to be Silent Nights, which is going to end up being fulfilled pretty soon, I hope. And then we're going to be launching Depths of Valor, and then now, since Unholy Nightmare is under TCM Press, we may be relaunching Unholy Nightmare number 1 again for their backers and customers who are not familiar with Unholy Nightmare. But after that, then we'll be directly launching Unholy Nightmare 2, since that will be, by then, it'll be ready to go. And that includes also a 10-page short story I've done for the Golem, which is he's a team member that shows up in issue 2. So there's a lot of great stuff.
You get a little ash can with it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing little 10-page origin type stories for some of the characters in subsequent issues, and they're all going to be told very much in the vein of Vault of Horror, Tales from the Crypt, the EC comic style. They're going to be done in black and white, pen and ink, heavy detailed in the ink, and narrated like that, just keeping it between 8 to 10 pages. And I wrote one with Aaron Sparrow for the Golem. It is beautiful. It's going to be really tugging at your heartstrings when you see the origin of the Golem. Yeah, I had a blast writing it. Everyone's going to love this stuff.
That is freaking awesome. So then with each subsequent issue, will we have a different origin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So I wrote the Golem 10-pager with Aaron Sparrow. My friend and also comic book creator Eli Stone. If viewers are watching and not familiar with who Eli Stone is, he took over the Tick after Ben Edlund left after issue 6. He was writing and illustrating it. He worked on Venture Brothers and a few other things in Hollywood. He's a friend of mine, very good friend, and he wanted to write the Recluse origin story. So
that's so cool.
Yes, and I think he wants to have Aurelia do the interior art for it. I'm like, man, I don't know. Aurelia's pretty busy, but we'll see what happens. But he said, I'm really going to fuck him up. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
All right. So
so awesome. Okay, so is Aurelio gonna do the Gollum story? I mean, the art for it, obviously.
no, he is not, unfortunately. So we're gonna have different. We're gonna try to have different artists and creators come in do the origin story. So I want to give everyone else the time to shine. So like I said, I got Eli Stone doing the origin for the Recluse. I'm gonna have my friend Josh McDonald.
I know Josh.
Yep, Josh.
Yep,
he is doing the origin story for the Trinacria and
that's so cool.
Father Mario. Yeah, I was like, so he's gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna have a few other people. I'm kind of trying to lock them down for some other stories that they're gonna do. I forgot. I also wrote the Dracula 10-page origin story, which was going to. So we're going back, way back to 2022.
Back to the lore.
Back to 2022. So back when Merc Publishing was still publishing comics. I was supposed to do a Dracula Giaris crossover story. And I had it all plotted out, what was going to happen. And I had written the Dracula origin story, how he got his powers and everything. And that eventually got nixed by our publishers. I'm not going to get into the why. But so I'm taking that Dracula story. I took it, tweaked it, rechanged a few things. But it's going to be for Unholy Nightmare.
Oh, that's awesome. Origin.
Yeah.
Wait, going back to the lore a little bit, you own Giaris, right? No.
Well, here's the thing.
Don't say anything you don't want to, but if you don't, I feel so bad for you. That was your baby.
Let's just say Jack Kirby, his quote, "Comics will break your heart, kid," is very true.
Oh, man. That's such a bummer. That's such a bummer. That one is just incredible. But even so, True is incredible. Come on now, guys. You know this. We've got more on the way. Okay, so we got TCM. We've got new with that. We've got all of these different stories coming out. Now, if you're looking at Unholy Nightmare 2, if they're re-releasing number 1 for their backers, we're probably gonna be waiting a while for 2, right? Is that kind of what I'm understanding?
No, I don't think so, because we're moving a lot faster now. Or I told Aurelia something that had to change with issue 2 is that, like, Aurelia, I love you, man, but we got to go faster now. You got to go faster on the art.
Right.
Like I mean, because when we were working on Born of Blood issues 5 and 6, he was pumping up pages fast. I'm like, dude, it's like I know this is our baby. I know you want to be putting your detail in this, but
yeah,
we're working under a publisher now. We've got to go faster. We got it, and I think he's understood that, thankfully. So he's almost done.
I mean, to be fair, his quality is there. You know what I mean? Like I get why it takes a little bit longer because the quality of art is so high.
Yeah.
And it was always like, I love this art, but then when Aurelio came on, it was like, holy shit. Yeah. Like it just elevated it so much. So I get it. You got to work faster, but the art is incredible.
Yes, it is. And if you're not familiar with his art, look up his art. Look up Born of Blood issues 5 and 6. Look up Unholy Nightmare 1. Look at those interiors. You see the quality. I've got his originals at home. I've got his sketch-ups for issues 5 and 6 of Born of Blood. And I'll be moving later this year, but eventually when I do, after I do, I'm going to be putting those up and framing them up my wall because they're so beautiful. It's just great memories of just when, we made our stamp in comics. Like, this is Born of Blood 5 and 6. I'm so proud of those issues.
Oh my God, no kidding. I'm trying to bring up why are you not letting me find Unholy Nightmare Kickstarter? Why are you being a dick about it? I wanted to show off some of the art so you guys really. Okay. Well, here, I can at least show this so you guys know who we're talking about here. This art is absolutely incredible. And I've had Aurelio on the channel before, and he is so passionate. Like,
yes.
Awesome. So what's going on with Mutant Farm? Okay, how does that tie into all the new lore? Come on, tell me about it.
So Mutant Farm is just a sub-publisher. That's pretty much Aurelio and I. That's going to fall under TCM Press. So TCM Press is the big release. It's going to be released under them. Then we are the studio producing Unholy Nightmare.
Okay, so that makes sense. And what were you talking? Okay, hold on. What were you talking about? Aftermath?
Aftermath, yes. So that is a new publisher I'm writing for. That's that Blame Canada Publishing.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Aurelio is in the chat.
Aurelio, were
Aurelio,
your ears burning?
my brother from another mother. What's up?
That is awesome. So hold on. Let me get this straight because my brain is wrapping around it.
And
You have
Gary,
so
no,
much going on.
Yeah, Gary, it's not like Animal Farm. No, not even close.
Wait, what?
So
no, Gary. Okay, you've got to be troll. No, I'm just, Gary. No. Very, very different concept. Now,
yes,
there was a book that was just recently done that was like Animal Farm. Maybe that's what you're thinking of, Gary. But
probably Animal Castle.
Animal Castle. That was great.
Yeah, I love that series.
That was so fun. That was crazy. But yeah, no. So you've got how do you stay caught up?
I don't. I just do. You know, I think I like to think it's because I have a day job where an important day job where I've got strict deadlines, you know, critical deadlines that have to be met.
Right.
And not just that, but like my military background and going to college, like all those disciplines are instilled in me to meet these deadlines I've got. And I'm not gonna lie, putting pressure on myself, working under pressure, I love writing under that pressure.
You excel under that.
Yeah, and I mean, I've gotten to the point now that I can write a first draft in a day. I can write a 24 page comic in a day, and that's just a first draft. But
I've seen your drafts before. How is that even possible? Like, they are so uber detailed, and then you've got reference pictures, and oh my gosh.
I just work fast, and I visualize everything in my head, and I just play it out. Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. Now, so you mentioned your day job, and I want to ask you this. Going from Giaris, going to where you are at now, do you ever see yourself at a point where you can, this is your career? I mean, it is basically now, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you can excel in this medium, or is comics still too niche?
It's still too niche right now. And,
okay.
And I mean, and right now, I mean, after everything with Diamond,
oh my God,
the foundation's shaky. The foundation is shaky right now. And I do like the fact I have a job where I have a great pay. I've got pay raises. I've got healthcare, everything. I am great with my job, and they fully support what I'm doing. They love what I'm doing. Yes, they're jealous of what I'm doing. And I love having the best of both worlds. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I love having the day job because it really helps ground me, you know, with other people and people who aren't involved at all with comic books. I get to see what their worlds are like, you know, and eavesdrop on their conversations and use them for my books.
But, there you go.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I mean, I get it. I get how it's very hard unless you're somebody like Rom V, who is going to be able to have that level of fame and still be able to do this as a normal thing. But I feel like we're slowly getting there with the rise in popularity with manga and webtoons and stuff like that. It could be a possibility, but I get why you would want to keep it just your passion. This is your thing.
Yeah, and I've talked to Aurelio, I've talked to a few others. We have entertained the possibility of trying to do Unholy Nightmare as a manga, because we think that it could work well as a manga, but it's a matter of, okay, how do we format it as a manga? How are we going to do this? What is the best way to do this? And that's as far as I've gotten with that.
Yeah. Have you ever considered something like webtoon? I mean, there's Lore Olympus and a lot of big ones that have come out of that. The only thing is, I don't know the monetization over there, if it would even be worth it, but it is a popular platform.
Oh, it is? Okay, I have not considered that. I have to look into see how all that works. And plus, since we're under TCM Press, we got to kind of check in with them and see what they think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. You probably have an issue with that. I mean, I use webtoons. Like DC does those like Batman Family Adventures or like Harley Quinn Love Triangle, whatever the fuck it is. But they do some fun stuff like that, but I could see how that could be a little bit more difficult. All right, let's talk about your projects individually. What can you tell us about the next one, Silent Night?
Silent Nights. So
But
Silent Nights
don't get
is
yourself in trouble, obviously.
no. Trust me, I can talk about it. I'm writing it, but it's, yeah, as I said, it's for TCM Press and Steve Finkel. But I can say it is our femme fatale story, but it's different. You know how what we're going to be getting into. We're going to be getting into AI. We're going to be getting into tech, energy across the world, but it's going to be going in directions that you don't think it's going to go. And then by issues 4 or 5, it's going to take a little twist. With a because pull the rug out from under you. It's like, oh shit, this is not going the way I thought it was going to go. I just want people guessing of where things are going to go. Like you don't know what's going to happen. It's like watching a David Lynch film. You don't know what the hell's going to happen next.
Right.
And so I want people to be enjoying that factor. But on top of that, have a blast. You know, with the action, the beautiful women, the different locations. No issue is going to be pace for a trade. So I told Steve and Tiago, like I've already plotted out the first 6 issues, how this whole arc is going to go. I already turned in the script for issue 3. And I can't wait to get started on issue 4 because I'm slowly, subtly dropping things along the way for people to try to pick up on the plot and where things are going.
Okay, so how hard was it to differentiate females in the limelight? Like going from Giaris to what's your character's name? What's the main character's name?
Her name is I believe it's Kira.
Kira. Okay, I like that. It's cute. How was it hard to make that transition?
I'll say it's Tristan, it's hard because if you look across like all mediums in entertainment, like whether it's movies, TV shows, on Amazon or Netflix, there's a lot right now of like female-centered action shows.
Right.
And
we got the girl bosses.
Yes, you do. And for me, it's really I have to do my research and watch it. I got to see, okay, what are they doing, and how can I distinguish my characters different from them? What can I do to just subvert expectations of where they think it's going to go with that character? So I see what they're doing, and I do the opposite with the characters. That's the best thing I came to mind. You know what? I'm going to take what they're doing, but I'm going to go the opposite way, the opposite direction with these characters, whether it's regard to their backgrounds, their fighting style.
Just make them straight.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I had to. Yeah. I had to. No, I'm totally kidding, guys. But so is there anything that specifically inspired you when it came to this character, or was it just an amalgamation of media?
It was kind of like an amalgamation of media, but honestly, I was thinking, if you read issue 1, if I got the chance to write Black Widow, this is what I would have done in issue 1. This would have been.
I like it.
Yes, if you read issue 1, you'll be like, the way she looks, it's like this kind of reads like Black Widow. And like, this is what I would have done.
Okay, all right, I like it. Now what's kind of her story?
So we can't. Okay, I can't really say too much.
Don't say yourself.
But we do know she is Russian. She works for the Council of 9. She is one of the operatives for the Council of 9. There's only a handful of council leaders left, and let's just say she does like what she does. She enjoys what she does. She likes to smoke. She likes to drink, and she likes to have sex at the same time. My
kind of girl.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. After that, you said the war story.
Yes, Depths of Valor. This is the one that
I love that name, by the way.
That was my decision. I came up with that. Steve loved it. This is the one that I'm proud of all my books, but this is the one that I am really, really proud of, and I'm glad that other people are proud of me for what I'm doing with this because they see it as a leap in my writing skills and a leap in my progress. Because it's so different from everything else. Like I said, this is a World War II action adventure story created by Steve Finkel. He wanted to do this as a novel originally, but didn't happen. He wanted to maybe do it as he still kind of sees it as a TV series or movie, but I'm not planning on that. My goal is a kick-ass comic book.
Right.
But so the story, more or less, is taken from an actual event. It's where, what if? But no, what if? I'm sorry, this actually did happen. A German U-boat was discovered 60 miles off the New Jersey coast back in the late 1990s. And according to Nazi Party records, that German U-boat was supposed to have been sunk off the coast of Morocco. So how did a German U-boat that was supposed to have been sunk off the coast of Morocco wind up 60 miles from the New Jersey coast?
Right.
And so we're going to be getting into that. We're going to be getting into the backstory of the German U-boat. And on top of that, there had to have been a survivor. So we're going to be getting into that as well. What was the mission of the U-boat? What were they going to do? And the issue opens with the discovery of the U-boat, as well as we're following this Jewish old man. And things get slowly revealed, and we're going to be discovering the mystery of that German U-boat.
Okay, is that going to take place partially in flashbacks, or how is that kind of?
Yeah, so issues 1 and 2 are in present day, and as we progress through the series, we're going to start getting into we're going to be getting into the past.
Awesome.
So World War II. So there's going to be a lot in World War II that we're going to have a blast with.
Awesome. Okay. How did your own personal experience go into writing this?
For me, it's like I wanted to make this different. I wanted to really, so I realized, okay, there's gonna be no superheroes. It's gonna be kind of it's gonna be grounded in reality, but with a slight elevation from it, because we're gonna be, like I said, we're gonna be getting into some interesting stuff with the German U-boat, what that mission was. But we're also gonna be getting into stuff from the Nazi Party that was true, what they were experimenting on, what they were planning, what they were plotting. Ooh. We're gonna be getting into that stuff with this.
Oh my God!
Yes.
How was that research?
It's disturbing when you see like some stuff that was discovered, like underneath some of the castles, like what was some of the skulls and some of the bones, like some things were missing or whatever. It's like, okay, we're going to be getting into some interesting stuff here. So it's trying to make fiction seem fact. That's going to be the hard part, and really not just that, but bringing a heart to this, because this is going to be a real true family story. We have a father who's in a hospital, and his son is discovering these things about his dad that he never knew, and he's trying to discover the truth along the way about this. So it's a action story with a heart we're getting into here. So it's a challenge. It's real challenging, and this is Steve's baby, and I think Unholy. I think Depths of Valor issue number 1 went through 7 or 8 drafts. And because
hold on 1 second, Drew. I'm so sorry. I unplugged my headphones on accident, and I can't hear you.
So yeah, hyperrealism. Kind of. I mean, yeah. It's like I said. It's a slight elevation from. A slight elevation. These are things that are going to be grounded in fact, but with a slight elevation from it. So we're going to be having a lot of fun with the story. But if you do the research like we did in this, we're going to get into some weird stuff the Nazis were doing. It's a great idea. Unholy Nightmare manga. Yeah, absolutely, Aurelio. Yes. Just got to figure out how to do if we were to do it, how the layouts would work and breaking it down. I mean, can we keep the panels the same on a page? Would we have to split up the panels on pages? Yeah, I don't know how that would work. We got to figure that out. Would we do it backwards like a manga? Maybe.
Yes, I am smarter than the machine. I can hear you again. Oh my gosh. That is awesome, though. Okay, I got it. I am sorry, you guys, about that. I mean, it would not be my channel without some sort of technical difficulty. Before, after, or during a stream. Let's be real. All right, on to your next project. What comes after? Are we to Unholy Nightmare?
One last thing. Someone asked like some occult shit. I'm like, yes,
oh, yes.
There was definitely some occult stuff going on with the Nazi Party.
Did you get to look up like conspiracy theories and all that fun stuff?
So there's not just conspiracy theories. There's some actual factual stuff that did happen in some of the castles. I think one of the castles we're going to be getting into, a castle, I believe it's pronounced Wewelsburg. Look up that castle. That was like the Nazi Party like headquarters. There were some weird chamber rooms. There was some weird stuff that they got into, and so we're going to be having some fun.
Oh, that sounds so interesting. I'm not going to lie. It does sound awesome. Oh, goodness. Okay. Now we're on to Unholy Nightmare, right? Or did you say 4? Was there 4 books?
So we talked Unholy Nightmare, we talked Depths, we talked Silent Nights, and there's also the Aftermath with
Yes, blame Canada.
Yeah. Yes, not even a real country.
Exactly. Okay, so tell us about what you're doing through them.
Oh, this was a blast. So Spencer Voykin, who owns Comic Kingdom of Canada, they're, I believe, one of the larger, if not the largest, comic book retailer in Canada. Spencer, I've known Spencer for years now, but he saw how much work I was getting, and it's good word of mouth once again. He's like, hey, I got an idea for a comic I've had in my head. Would you be interested in writing it? I'm like, okay, all right. What you got in mind? So we just started talking about it, and I was like, okay, I think we might have something here. So the series, The Aftermath, it's going to be called Aftermath. It's going to be done in the vein of The Boys, pretty much.
Oh, what?
In the sense that what if humanity is suddenly thrust with superpowers? Just it suddenly happens, and everyone on Earth is granted a superpower. What would that do to the human body? What would that do to the human mind? What chaos? What disasters would happen? That's all I'm going to say.
But this isn't like The Boys, where The Boys is, they had that. There wasn't a huge amount of people that had it. There were some people that had it. So you're talking everyone.
Yes, everyone. But like the way things happen and play out, it's going to be done in that dark comedic style. Just what happens to humanity.
Oh my God, that sounds cool too. Like every single one of these pitches sound cool, Drew.
Yeah, I'm getting to do what I wanted to do since in first grade. This is a blast. I love it.
That is so awesome. So you've got that. Okay, now we're gonna talk timelines, because I want people to be able to follow you and be able to understand when these are coming out. So, we're looking at how long with what you've talked about so far. Are you looking into the future for all of these to be either on Indiegogo or Kickstarter or published?
I believe most, if not all, should be on Kickstarter.
Okay.
I do know that since TCM Press and Blame Canada Publishing, they are their own comic book retailer.
Right.
They may have like their own. They may do their own kind of special thing beforehand, before launching on Kickstarter. Do like their own preview editions they're gonna have on their websites. That's their thing. That's out of my control. But most should be on Kickstarter. Most should be crowdfunded. I do know that.
Okay. And you don't have a follow page, do you, on Kickstarter?
No, not yet. We have created an Unholy Nightmare 2 page, but we just created a bare basic one right now.
Okay.
We're going to be hopefully launching that one soonish.
Okay, so when you launch it, I want you to let me know so I can let everyone know. But also, we've got a couple images here. Am I allowed to show those off?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
By all means.
Wanted to make sure. Let me make sure this is showing. It's probably not. It's not. There we go.
Oh.
Wait, what? Did you say oh? Like I wasn't supposed to? Okay, nope. I thought you said oh like shit, I showed the wrong thing. I'm like, no. Okay, we've got a couple from Unholy Nightmare number 2. And again, those images are on, well, if you want to see more of Aurelio's art, the campaign is up here. Actually, I in the interim, I did figure out what I was doing wrong. So we've got to see a little bit here of the original Kickstarter. It is still up where you can see the incredible art. But tell us about these images back over here.
Yeah, so on Aftermath, I'm working with a fantastic art team as well. I've been so blessed to work with all my different art teams. But this one on Aftermath, I've got Andre Lunatic on pencils, the Mad Russian, I call him. I've also
Lunatic?
got yes,
I
Andre
love it.
Lunatic.
I love
Andre
it.
Lunatic. Yeah. The Mad Russian. He is so detailed in his pencils. Got Shelby Robertson, Image Comics legend on the inks, and I've got Dan Kemp, another Image Comics legend. Worked on Spawn, worked on I believe
Oh,
Witchblade and
wow.
Darkness. Yeah, he's doing the colors here. They all wanted to be part of this. They all wanted to work with me, and so we're gonna
That's
have
got to
one
feel
hell.
awesome.
It's like I said. I this is what I want to do when I'm in first grade. I'm getting to work with Image Comics legends here. My next up my bucket list is like Dan Fraga and Rob Liefeld, and I can die a happy man. But but here it's just this is going to be one hell of a beautiful book and one hell of a wild and crazy book. No one is going to see anything coming when they read this. It's going to be an absolute blast.
This is incredible.
Yeah, we got a character here. Looks very familiar to a certain character from the Big Two.
Huh. Are we thinking like Punisher-esque?
More DC, more in the DC world.
Wait, are we thinking Clark Kent?
Maybe.
I got Punisher on the brain. I've been playing Marvel Rivals. Okay. Can you tell us any more about that, or is that a little secret? No,
Nope.
You're like, nope, I fucking cannot.
Nope.
I love it though. So good. Wait. This is all looking a little familiar here. Is a spaceship maybe crashing?
Or something else?
Or something?
Or something. Or something just flying by.
Maybe. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Why are we in the... Okay. All right. We got the yellow sun and the snow, huh?
Yellow sun, maybe it's the moon. Maybe could be like maybe there's an eclipse or something going on. Who knows?
Holy crap. It's gorgeous though.
Yes.
And there we go. We got them. I love their little symbol. Just with the fingers pointing. That is awesome.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, I am not doing the maple leaf, because he said almost practically every company
Everyone?
does the maple leaf. I was like, okay, smart move.
I mean, I totally get that. But he did name it Blame Canada, so
yeah.
That's so funny. Maybe it's the second coming of Jesus, maybe. You never know. Those pictures are your only clue.
Yeah, you gotta read to find out. We're gonna have the 8-page preview at MegaCon next month.
Are you excited for that?
I can't wait. I really, really can't wait, because we're gonna have the 8-page preview for that there. We're gonna have the Unholy Nightmare 2 preview edition at MegaCon as well. We're gonna have another edition of Silent Nights there, as well as Depths of Valor. So I'm gonna have at least 4, maybe 5 potentially exclusives at MegaCon this year.
Oh, that's awesome. And Gary did have a question about Unholy Nightmare. What causes the mutants?
So I can say that no one has the same origin. No one is. It's not like they're all. It's not like all one day they're all experimented on one guy. Yeah, no. Right. Everyone is different. Everyone has a different backstory, different origin. Everyone is unique in their own way.
How long do you expect? How many episodes? Jeez, issues do you have planned for Unholy Nightmare?
So I've already
44.
Well, not exactly. I've already completely done full scripts breakdowns for the first 12 issues of Unholy Nightmare.
Oh my God, Drew!
Yeah, and I've got issues 13 through 18 plotted out.
Oh my goodness, that is insane. So, if each of them get an origin, do you plan on collecting all the origins at one point?
I hope so. That'd be great. You know,
that'd be
have
awesome.
all the
have like the Unholy Nightmare Origins editions. Like that would be very cool.
Yeah.
That is crazy. No, they're not basically X-Men, Gary.
No.
Put me in a what is it called? A contrarian. They're cooler.
No, they're not. They're not mutants. They're not X-Men. They're all have their own different, unique origins for how they've become who they are. How they've all become Unholy Nightmares in their own way.
How grounded would you say this series is? Because a lot of people, like, some people like hyper realism. They kind of tried to do that with the X-Men with that. This is definitely a little more out there than that.
It's very out there. By the time we get to issue 6, or issue 5 and 6, it's going to get absolute bug nuts insane with where we're going with this. So, yeah, it's not too grounded. We're going to have fun. We're getting crazy with it. It's like anytime I think I've gone big enough, I'm like, have I really gone big enough? I go bigger. So each issue, each villain, each background, wherever they go, it's always going to be bigger. It's going to be crazier. The locations we're going to go, it's like, okay, he's not holding back. There's no subversion of expectations here. It's going to be, we're going places with this.
Do you have a favorite character out of the series that you really enjoy writing? Or are they kind of all your little babies?
They're all my little babies, but it's like I've had fun writing each of them in their own unique way.
Right.
I will say that I've gotten closer with the Golem. I really like writing him, because I've gotten to write his origin. I got to write because so how he's going to be talking in the book is that he can just does I mean, he just like grunts. He can't speak.
Right.
He has no mouth. You just hear grunts. And but thankfully, some people like Vlad and others are able to understand what he's saying. They can break down. He's able to understand what he's saying. But so that's been fun and a challenge, and just having to really have Aurelio show his emotions, what he's feeling.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing. So it's been fun writing him, and as well as writing Vlad. I mean, I'm writing Dracula, but this is a Dracula who loves being unique. This is why I really want to get into like how there aren't other vampires, because he's like, I see myself. He sees himself as special. He doesn't see anyone else being his equal. There are no other vampires. He is who he is. He is the only one. Doesn't want anyone else. And
you have to do research on like Vlad the Impaler and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, yeah,
fun.
Yeah, when I was writing my Dracula origin story for Born of Blood, I was doing a ton of research onto him, his family, his brother, all this stuff. So a lot of that goes into the origin story I wrote for Vlad. So yeah, people should have a blast with this, because we're no two issues are going to be the same. You're not going to expect things. You're not going to expect things to happen. The action is going to be over the top and insane. There's no take the term subversion of expectations and throw that out when you read this book. It's not going to be there.
I mean, I'm not going to complain at all. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are getting sick of the subversion of expectations, so sort of trope in a way. So yes. I kind of love this. And I got to ask, though, because you said you go bigger with each arc, right?
Yes.
You go bigger, different places. Was it hard to outdo yourself?
Yes, it is. I mean, a good barometer, a good parallel for like how I see the story going, where I want to go with this, is I'm been more or less kind of studying Mark Millar. To me, Mark Millar is like one of the geniuses in always, outdoing himself with each progressive arc.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
So I've been kind of trying to mirror what he does in my book. If you follow the way he writes, there is a style there. There is a formula there. And I'm kind of trying to do what I can to capture those plot beats that he does into my book. So there's gonna be no short of action, beautiful art, cliffhangers, monsters. This is a superhero. Like Gary is questioning, it's a superhero horror story. It's superhero monsters, superhero monsters taking down evil monsters.
I mean, but that's kind of a genre that's been it's able to blend, right?
Yes.
And I feel like it works pretty well.
Yeah, when it's done right, because there have been other books like this in the past, and some have will have either veered closer to the horror trend or to the superhero blend, and
Right.
me, I'm trying to find that happy median. Like, where can we get the best of both? Where can we get the best of both horror and superhero? And I like to think I've done a good job so far with this series, trying to get the
With
best of both
blending
worlds
the
here.
two genres.
Yes.
Like, I feel like you could very easily accidentally go to one side or the other.
Yeah,
Because
you could.
horror is fun. It's scary. It's
Yeah.
cool to live in that world, but also so is superheroes.
Yes.
So you've got to find that balance.
Yeah. Exactly.
Does
Yeah.
Arello keep you on your toes for that, Alo?
No, he does. I mean, I love working with Aurelio because every time I think I've got a good idea, he's got a better one, and it's just like, oh damn, that's so
Oh
good.
my
When
God.
I think of that, and it goes back to Born of Blood, like things I'd picture for issue like 5 or 6. He's like, oh, how about she does this, uses this? I'm like, shit, that's good. Damn it, why didn't I think of that? But yeah, it's great to work with someone like Aurelio, who's like the same. He's got the same goal that you do, and he wants to exceed the reader's expectations.
That is awesome. Now, what about when it comes to, okay, so you said Sparrow is your editor on this?
Yes, he's the editor on pretty much almost all of my books.
Almost all of them. I mean, I'm not
Yes.
surprised, but what's it like, your relationship working with him?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm fortunate enough that growing up that I loved all my English classes and journalism classes. So I'm used to the red marker. Yeah, I know. Nerd. So I'm used to the red marker. I'm used to getting markups, and I remember that first script for Born of Blood. I think it was 4. I submitted, and like so much red in there. I'm like, but I took it. And I took his notes.
Isn't that when he first? Oh, I gotta show off this cover. It's on my thumbnail. But
yes, there we go. Yes.
Oh
yes.
my God, I forgot. How did I forget this one? It's horrifyingly beautiful.
So this was done. I'll finish. I'll finish. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. So I want to talk about this cover. So this was illustrated by Vu Don. He is an artist out of Vietnam.
Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger here, guys.
Originally, after issue 1 had come out, he had sent me a piece of fan art of the Recluse, and I was absolutely floored and blown away by it. And I just told him, dude, I love this. How can I get you to reproduce this as a cover? He said, oh no. He's like, I'll draw it again. I'll make it even scarier for cover. I'm like, all right, man, how much do you want me to pay you? And he said, this much. I'm like, sold, do it, go. And I've been sitting on this for almost a year now, just under a year.
Oh my God, that would be hard.
You have no idea. So what we're looking at here, this is going to be the Unholy Nightmare 2 preview edition at MegaCon this year. So if you're at MegaCon, we will have copies of this at the TCM Press booth.
That is absolutely stunning. How did this start as a fan art?
He reached out to me on Facebook.
Insane.
Yeah, he reached out to me on Facebook. So, and that's going to get another thing I want to talk about is that I've got covers coming up from people that they've probably never even heard of. I've seen I'm always hunting and lurking, for artists on Facebook. I'm checking out some styles and I'm saying like, okay, this looks legit. This looks like it was done by hand. I'll reach out to them, see what they're going to do for work. So if you're an artist and you're watching this and you haven't had your big chance yet, reach out to me. Show me what you got. And if it's good, exactly. If it's good enough, I'll run it by Aurelio, maybe and Aaron, see what we think, and maybe it could be used as a cover. Who knows? All I'm just saying, I like to think, I truly believe actually that there are a lot of great artists out there who have not had their chance yet. They're waiting for it, and they've just been overlooked. But I'm hunting as much as I can. If you're watching this, you think you're a great artist, you think you got the skills, you got the talent, reach out to me. Let's see what you got.
That is incredible. I mean, that it's kind of mind-blowing that it started out that way. In knowing what you just said and seeing some of the other covers, those not being already well-known artists is mind-blowing. Like, The one I used for the thumbnail with the girl with, like her tickle bitty show, like just gorgeous work. I mean, obviously it's more than just that, but beautiful, beautiful work. Also, Black Angus wants to know, where does one get this?
MegaCon Orlando next month. I will be there at the TCM Press booth. Aaron Sparrow will be there as well. We will have copies for this on sale at the booth.
And then obviously everybody's not going to be making it that, but I got that link pinned that you guys can keep an eye out. And
yeah, so if any copies don't sell, if there are copies left, I'm sure the Comic Mint will be able to put them up for sale, or they'll have them up for sale on their Whatnot streams. But for right now, we're planning on having this at MegaCon first.
Awesome. Have you ever thought about going to Grand Rapids Comic Con or Motor City?
I've been to Motor City. Motor City's actually pretty cool. Maybe we'll see. Maybe so if Robert's up there, I mean, Robert has a better idea. I mean, would Unholy Nightmare or Silent Nights or Destiny Dollar be well received up there? I don't know. You have to let me know.
I feel like it would be well received just with comic fans in general.
I hope so.
Like, I love all the ideas, but I'm not a big war person, right? Like, it takes a very good story to get me into that. But the one you're talking about, the way you're describing it, I'm into it. I want to read it.
Everyone who's had a chance to read the script for Depths of Valor issue 1, they have been blown away by it, because just how, I'm trying not to toot my own horn, but practically every single person I have shown it to has said how amazing it is.
Freaking toot away. You deserve it. And Robert did say it would be well received. I mean, that would be very cool. There are some huge names there.
I'll look into it. I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll see if there's still a wait list or not, and I'll look into it. Oh, real quick, one other thing I did want to say. So, this Voodon piece right here. Voodon is actually doing the Gollum 10-page origin story.
Oh, whoa.
Yes, he did it all by hand. It's all pen and ink. It's all in black and white.
Oh my God.
And I wish I could show the art right now. I can't just yet. I want to, but I want it to be a surprise.
Right.
It's going to blow everyone away what this guy did. And I really truly believe Voodon is one of the future potential superstar just waiting to burst.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine. Punk also. I was going to say good morning, but it's evening. Thank you so much for the devil emoji. I mean, if he's doing even anything, obviously this is different. It's for a cover. Interiors are going to be different, but just looking at that alone is holy shit. It's mind blowing.
So he did a symbiote Willie for me when at New York Comic Con. I wrote from Rob Michaels. I wrote the second part in the trilogy for his symbiote Willie, and he did the cover for it for New York Comic Con. And funny story. So Steve, who owns the Comic Mint, Steve Finkel, he bought it from Marat. It was going to be his exclusive. He had 100 copies. He had like some medals and some chromes, some foils, and put them up for sale on Saturday. It was a surprise drop, and I saw it go up. I was like, okay, great, because I was right around the corner from the Comic Mint, right, just literally turn the corner. I'm right there. I'd be able to sign some copies for him, and I signed 2 copies, and that was it. I'm like, oh shit, I guess none of them sold. I had no idea. Then come to find out the next day on Sunday that I saw the sold out sign across the book. I'm like, what happened? No one. They're like, yeah, it sold out in the first hour. I'm like, wait, what? No one told me this.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, had no idea.
That is awesome. Robert, thank you for the angel emoji. I appreciate the devil and angel in this chat. That is awesome. I mean, I fully do kind of expect the same thing from MegaCon.
I hope so. I really truly think so, because I've been sharing this image on Facebook and Instagram, and it's gotten the same reaction. Everyone loves this image. Everyone loves this cover, and that's given me a lot of hope for MegaCon.
Oh, that is awesome. That is so exciting. Is there anything
Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Hello.
Okay. I don't know if it's my internet, my freaking Wi-Fi, or if it was you, and I was like, which one of us is missing? Who knows? Is there anything that I missed specifically about the book that you want to talk about?
Which books specifically?
Any of them, because I know I kept asking a bunch of questions trying to get as much information as I could.
So I'll just say that unlike a lot of books you may read from like the big two or whatever, we're actually, there's a lot of plans and plotting behind the scenes for these books. There is a path for the stories for all these books, especially Unholy Nightmare. So there is a progression, there are goals, there are endpoints for these stories. So yeah, we're not making this up on the fly. These are all being carefully thought out and plotted out. I really, truly hope that people take the chance on these books, pick them up, and like, oh my God, this is actually pretty damn good. And they want to come back for the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Because hey, I'm a reader and a buyer as well. I'm putting out there what I would love to read.
Right,
as a
and
buyer.
That's super important.
Yes.
And okay, if anyone, when it comes to Unholy Nightmare, if they missed out on, again, if you guys didn't hear, if you missed out on the first one, you're likely going to do another one through TCM.
Correct. We're likely going to do another one through TCM Press, and I do believe if you go to thecomicmint.com, you can buy a they should have their own exclusive from Unholy Nightmare there that Nate Watson
so they can
did.
just get it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That makes it so much easier. You don't have to wait for the next Kickstarter. You can just go grab it.
Exactly.
What is it at thecomicmint.com?
Yep, thecomicmint.com.
That's freaking awesome. Well, good stuff, Drew. I appreciate you being on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This is a blast.
Do you have any socials? We need updates. We need to them to be able to follow you when these Kickstarters start. All that fun stuff.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. I am only posting all my work. That's it. I'm only posting work, stuff I'm doing, all my different projects, interior pages, covers coming out, announcements. That's all I post.
So you're not going to tell us your opinion on Trump?
So all I'm going to tell you what I've been telling everyone else. Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos. So.
No, I'm just kidding, because you normally, like, if you see a comic professional on their socials, it's like this and that, and this has nothing to do with their book, but they're gonna tell you about it anyway. Like, oh my God.
Which is gonna be shocking when you go to my page and be like, oh my God, there's
comics.
It's all comics.
Yeah, and don't everybody be running over there asking for his nudes. God.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's a thing, but okay. All right, guys, we are going to wrap up, though. Thank you so much, Drew. This was so much fun to have you back on. We need to just do a comic stream and talk, and have some talk about, what we're reading and all that fun stuff at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll gladly come back anytime.
And I won't just have to see you on the best of the week every week with Wes. I'm just saying.
That's fun. But yeah.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys check. I will link his Instagram and Facebook down below after stream. That way you guys can just click on it with one click. And his YouTube channel is down there, though. And pinned in the comment is the TCM Press. So we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much, Drew.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.